The ocean's deep. Ooh. And yes, that is what happened to me over the weekend. It's a lot better than it was earlier. And no, I have not joined the Black Eye Club. No, I got it legitimately. As legitimately as one can get a black eye. But you should have seen the other guy. The piece of turf. It'll be in the hospital a long time. Um, I thought it would be pretty simple when I heard the fireworks to just saunter across the street and get a better view of the fireworks. But what I didn't plan for is it was dark, so I couldn't see that there were some holes in the turf. And the funny thing is when they mow, it doesn't necessarily show. Cuts the grass off all at the same level. Well, I walk with a rollator, and that sucker hit something and started going, and I kind of tried to fight with it a little bit, but it pulled me right on over when it went. And I face planted right there and then hit my head trying to, I think I might have hit my head on my rollator. Oh my goodness. So I wasn't seeing fireworks that night. I was seeing stars. So there I am laying, and I finally managed to get flat on my back, which was better. Okay. But I couldn't quite figure out where my glasses were. Couldn't quite figure out where my phone was. So I'm laying there and I'm checking to see, do I have broken bones? Do I have anything really badly out of place? No, I'm just winded. I just got the wind knocked out of me. I do hurt in some spots. Really starting to hurt. And as I'm there, I'm seeing all these cars whiz by and not stop to find out why a woman is lying next to a capsized rollator, which blew my mind because I would certainly stop if it was me. And, oh, aloha, family, how you doing? So, let's see. Hi. Well, happy birthday, Thomas, early. How you doing, Hook? Hello, dear Malona. My day has been fine. John Medeiros, hello. And yeah, I'm okay, but I wasn't because so anyway, I'm trying to figure out where's my phone, where's everything, where's my glasses, because I did f up my glasses a little bit, and so it wasn't fun. But yeah, finally a couple stopped, and I hear this voice in the dark, like, hey, are you okay? It's like, and I said, no, not really. So it turned out to be this very nice couple that lives over there across the street. And the apartment's across the street. So they got me non-emergency paramedics. I do have a big bump on my head over here. Got me non-emergency paramedics, which helped me get back up into my rollator so I could sit down a little bit and get my phone and get my glasses and get my bearings and breathe a little. So that was quite an adventure. And then I did manage to walk home with the paramedics. So any accident that you can walk away from and laugh at it, which I did. I made some jokes like I usually do. So um, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mr. Mission Control. I asked Chloe if she saw anything because Chloe's the maven on everything. So she didn't. She couldn't find anything. I know that it hides from me sometimes. YouTube will hide his channel from me sometimes. But Chloe usually can tell. So I hope they're not having something bad happening. So I did make it home, and I did. But here's the funny thing is like what I felt was it hurt, okay? I hurt this arm, I hurt that leg, my left leg, my right arm. I face planted, I hit bumped my head, and I felt dizzy. And I think I was I think I had a mild concussion. And I haven't been, my balance has been off ever since, though. Really bad. It was off before that, but now it's really off. And I've been having trouble. I've been very airheaded. So I'm like, well, I haven't been on because it's very hard for me to hold a thought right now. Yeah, so now the funny thing is, like, then I go into John's class and it seems like everybody got hurt. Uh, yeah, he didn't have one last Friday either. Well, Friday might be my new day. Hey, did Woo Ryder come in? There you go. Oh, good to see you, baby. Hi, Jeffrey Myers. So at least it isn't Mike Myers. But hey, there's the Countess. Yeah, there's the Count and Countess. So, she did. She did. Keto brains, mushroom coffee creamer, and pretty good for brain function. Yeah. Actually, I have some functional. Oh, I said Chloe, so who's upset now that I wasn't showing him? Okay, here you are. Here you are. You're seeing his best side there. No, they want to see your face, knucklehead. Come here. Cowboy. Hey, come here. Come here. They want to see your face, baby. They want to see your butt. Silly thing. There, Miss Chloe is right there, and she loves you. Everybody loves you. He wasn't getting any attention, see? There he is. See? Quote mark cat. I'm thinking of giving him a channel and having him read quotes. Quotation kitty. Doesn't it look like quotations there, the way he's standing? Then it turns into a heart. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Oh, you're just endlessly entertaining, cowboy. You are an entertaining little boy. Okay, so anyway, let's see what you're saying. Anxiety, yeah. MRI, yeah, probably. Um, Aloha, everybody, by the way. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah. I am still holding on to the walls to walk. I told you it was going to be. Hold my beer here. And I told you that July was going to be even weirder. Thank you. That would be very nice, Mr. Mission. Thank you, Hook. Yeah, I am a little off. I'm having a hard time grounding. That's why I haven't been on. I've been having trouble thinking, just a little trouble. Now, the thing is, I'm healing very quick. I mean, my helper, which is different from Yolanda, it's a different person. Yolanda's gone right now. I think she's coming back, though. She said she wasn't, she was probably staying in Poland, but I doubt it. I think she's going to come back. And actually, so does Sue. Now, Sue is the person who was helping me for the last 3 weeks. And Sue is a bit like us, but she's at the very beginning. And she has a husband and kids. She doesn't have time to check into this kind of stuff. I'm going to help her out a little bit. But she's kind of like us. She just knows stuff. She has feelings about stuff. She doesn't really understand very much of it yet. So we'll talk about this. But she says, you know what? You're healing pretty good. But still, I'm a little concerned about you. I'm concerned about me too. My eyes, yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't ground very well. I had to have Paul help me ground. He's an earth energy master, after all. But yeah, there's times when I just come ungrounded and I can't get grounded. So I'm going to have some kind of healing. Yeah. Yeah, I think I had a mild concussion. Now, the thing is, I don't want to jump right to the conclusion that it was an attack, but it was off my property. It almost felt like, it almost felt like something grabbed my rollator and flipped it. I didn't want to say that. Yeah. Um, well, it can't come in because I got the place gridded if it was something. But it was really weird because the way I kind of fought with the rollator, it was weird. It was like it was trying to pull me over. It's like it hit something and it pulled me over onto my face. So, very weird. Yeah, I think I do too. Hmm. But here's the good side. And here's what I was joking about. The doctor wanted to radiate me for bone density, a bone density check. To check my bone density, I said, Doc, I think I'm okay. I think my bone density is probably fine because I've been drinking my bone broth. I haven't broke anything in a long time. And guess what? This fall was hard enough. In the old days, I would have broken something. I definitely would have broken something. But I didn't this time. So, thank you, Hook. Yeah, that would be nice, Chloe. I would take that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I was actually happy. Now, this is weird, huh? I thanked the couple. They were so nice. Um, and she was saying as she watched she said, "Are we the only people that stopped?" They said, "Yeah." They said, "You know what? All these people deserve karma." Um, yeah, and you see a lady flat on her back with a walker tipped over, you just go rolling by, whizzing by, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of scary for a while. And then when you can't catch your breath quite and you're disoriented, it was kind of disoriented and everything kind of hurt for a while. It was, I couldn't get myself back up. We needed the paramedics to help me back up. So, I was just too dazed. No, thank you. So, anyway, that was my fun weekend. And I've been kind of holding on to the walls ever since. Yep, holding on to the walls because I don't want to spin out. It's like my balance was already a little wonky, but now I've got to be very careful I don't spin out. So, hey, Lewis. Um, anyway, it was quite an eventful weekend for a lot of people, though, not just me. Oh, you did, Hook. What happened? Yeah, I think it was a big weekend, but we said it was going to be. We said, I mean, we talked about it. Something big was going to go down that weekend, right off the heels of having some major victories in this world, right? For the U.S., then we have this mess. And 100% not natural. People are saying, oh, nature can be harsh. It's like it wasn't nature that did that. You know it, and I know it. Oh, you went out with an old friend and it triggered you. Okay. Well, we want the tea on that. And your leg's still fucked up. We'll have to send you some healing too. Maybe we all need it. Oh, you went to a casino. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need some healing. We'll do some healing. Yeah, it was quite a weekend for many, many people. But look at it this way. We may have had our issues, but nothing like the flooded out people. And when I looked at it, I thought, man, how fast it rose. There were like time lapses of how it rose so fast, the water. Wow. It was amazing. Yeah. I'm very proud of you, Hook. I'm proud of you too for going out. I went out and thought I was going to be just fine just going across the street, though. Yeah, crash. Well, I'm proud of you. Okay, wait a minute. Woo! I didn't get to read that before you took it down. Or somebody did. What happened, Woo? Did you take that down or did YouTube? Did anybody get to read that before it went down? I only got to read half of it. I'm glad you're okay, Woo. Yes. Peter Thiel. Yes, I think it did. I think it had something to do with it. Uh, yes. Yes, Chloe. Um, oh, yeah. Go Fifi. I told you. This was an attack. People can say conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory. No, I'm a conspiracy realist, baby. I know my cloud buddies. Yeah, they're telling me that strange things happened. Okay. Hi, Jason. Hello, Jason H. Yeah. Um, Absolutely weather warfare. Exactly. Yeah, all you'd have to do is know that a storm is coming along, like there's another one coming. We're going to try and do the same thing we did with Milton and calm it down so that it doesn't completely devastate everybody who's left. Do you notice how it's a 1-2 punch every time? He's right here, hon. Being a baby, being a sweet little baby boy. Here you are. So, what? This one's covering half the U.S. Wait, what? Hmm. Uh, the storm? And Rainier is shaking. 2,000 plus tremors. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. I'm going to do what I can to calm it down. I think we all should. We got some of the rain. Um, yeah, it's pretty common for it to rain in the summer here. A lot. Oh dear. If what? Oh, okay. It's cooling. Yeah, I told you. The ice caps are reforming. We're in a cooling period now. We know that. I wish you'd stop saying Mother Nature is mad at you because she is not. Mother Nature is not mad at anybody. No, not really. I checked. Oh, Jesus coming back. Yeah, well, I think mission control, maybe that's beyond the AI's ability. But I'm not trying to scold you, Jason, but I'm just saying the wrath of nature is a myth. She is not wrathful. But there are systems on the earth that seek to restore balance when imbalance is happening. Now, the thing is, what is it trying to balance? Yeah. See, she's going through a lot too. Gaia, Mother Earth. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I pretty much feel when the return of the Messiah will be an internal thing. That's my take. It's within. That's why nobody knows the day. I haven't seen him post. Have you been posting? Mission? Why am I not seeing your posts? Yeah, I really feel that this is an internal thing for every one of us, which is why it cannot be predicted, the time. So, okay. I can't click it right now, but Chloe, send it to me, will you, when you get it? Or somebody send it to me. Because I would like that link. Mr. Mission, why does YouTube not want me to know you're doing anything? That really annoys me. It won't tell me when my friends are on. Yeah, I'm not afraid. Like I was saying, I was laughing. Why was I laughing? I didn't break anything. I thought it was funny because the doctor was saying, gee, we need a bone density check. We need to give you a bone density test. And that's an x ray type thing. And I said, I don't think we really need that. I think my bones are pretty fine because I've been, eating my bone broth and I have not broken anything since. And I used to break things a lot. And I've broken a lot of my limbs, actually. I've broken both ankles twice and the one leg. Um, Actually, I broke one ankle 3 times. I think it's the left one. Yeah, I used to break a lot. I had my ribs break and all kinds of things I've had broken. So um, I I said, nah, I don't think we need it. So you know what? I took a fall that would have broken me otherwise, and I didn't break, and I was happy about it. So I'm sitting there. I know I probably looked like I was nuts, laughing and thinking how funny it was. The doctor wanted a bone density test. Well, we got one. And I sat there and I said, wow, this is great. My blood pressure is excellent. I'm down 50 pounds and I didn't break anything. And I was so happy. And I'm there going, you know what? I handled this entirely different than I would have handled it a few years back. Okay? Oh, so, I mean, it's like I'm thinking back and it's kind of let me um, I am different than I was years ago. What you talking about, Lewis? Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to be quite a bit different and look at things quite differently. But honestly, I laughed and I was happy that it proves my bone broth thing, my bone broth stuff worked. To me, it's like my methods work. You know, it, and I'm happy about that. And even though I'm dizzy as hell and and stuff hurts so yeah, I'm very different now. I'm very different than I used to be. Oh, yes, I'll try. Um, I know that I probably seemed a little crazy to them, right? That I'm laughing and I'm celebrating. Ah, oh dear. Hey, elderberry. There you go. I need a robot butler. Oh yeah, that's all I need. Yep. Yeah, Pam Bondi is really under scrutiny now. Okay, well, enough about me for now. We're going to have to do some healing on each other, though, here. Uh, talk a little bit about. Well, there you go, Hook. You can't be darling anymore. Well, that's why I'm Deep Woo now. I'm the ocean's Deep Woo, you know? Coffee bot. That'd be nice. But I promise you, I'm not in the Black Eye Club, okay? I'm not. If anybody asks, I'm not. Well, Hook, I think that is wonderful. Why not? Louis Arnie was. You know, he might as well run. Yeah, I think he's probably going to run. Yeah, and Newscomb is scum. If people vote for Newscomb, they deserve it. Jeez. No, dear, I just got done explaining I fell over the holiday trying to see fireworks and face planted. Just, yep, and they have a mild concussion. Oh, yeah, me and Cowboy duked it out. We both wanted the cool spot in front of the fan. But no, I face planted real hard. but didn't break anything, so I'm happy about that. Paramedics had to help me home. And I have a concussion, slight concussion, not a heavy duty one, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a concussion. hmm We're all pretty sure I have a concussion. Probably not really bad, or I'd be throwing up and stuff, right? Just enough that I have to just, the gyroscope is shot right now. You know, the thing that keeps you from falling over. So, so I have to hold on to everything when I'm walking right now. I'm okay though. Otherwise, I have, you know, my other peripheral problems are healing up pretty fast. This was all through here, and now it's just down to this little point. I had this big bump on my head, which still hurts and it was giving me headaches. I was getting headaches, but that's to be expected. Yeah. No. Um, it would kind of come and go, and right now I don't have one. I haven't had one all day, which is why I thought I'd go ahead and come in. It's stopped. It would kind of come and go, and it was sort of localized right here. Wow. Yeah, my brain bounced. Your brain bounced too? We bounced. I'm glad. You know what? This does resolve that. My bones are fine. I'm, for my age, I'm doing great. If, the structural stuff, if it weren't for that, if it weren't for the fibro, I'd be doing really well because my lab tests are all great. You know, no high blood pressure, no high sugar, no high cholesterol, no high anything really. And I lost 10 more pounds, and so now I'm down 50 pounds like I thought I was. I was saying probably about 50 pounds, yeah. So, hmm go back to Vegas. That's what I'm going to tell her. I said, oh, I've already had my bone density test. I face planted really hard and didn't break anything. hmm I'm a real knockout. So, I just knocked myself out. I didn't really knock. I didn't lose. I don't know if I lost consciousness. Actually, did I? I don't think I did. Um, but I face planted really good. So, yeah, we got big issues going on. Now look at this. This is what I want to say. Okay. I'm looking at this and everybody's talking about the Epstein thing. And Diddy walked. And now we're hearing that there is no Epstein list. Something's up. We all know that. We all know Epstein did not. He didn't. And I have been feeling for a long time he's still alive somewhere. Hey, Witchy, how you doing, Witch Moon? Yeah. So I really think he's alive. And Chloe and I were talking. She says he's been seen on the island. So something is going down. Oh, oh dear. I think something is going on they're not telling us about, and they seem almost terrified. I get a fear vibe, like a very like, and I don't think it's because Trump is on the list. I don't think that's it. I think there's something entirely else going on that's way more worrisome. Yeah, see, that's it. Um, they may be not wanting to set off. They've been pushing for world, WW. Uh, the other side have been trying to push Trump into that, and he don't wanna. And if that came out, maybe something would start. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking he's alive. Ah, it's a green comet. Interesting. Yes, he is evil. Epstein is evil. And so is Diddy. And you know what else is evil? Honestly. And it's really obvious now. I've gone on some of these channels with their chats just to see what's going on in the world. I've had a little bit of time to do that since I'm not doing much. I'm not able to do everything I normally do. And the lefties are vile. They're subhuman. They're ghouls. And in some of these places, they're saying horrible stuff about the people that got flooded. I mean, it's horrible. The stuff they've said, the stuff they were saying. There's a lot of violence and viciousness for the flooded people, too, not just for Trump. Some of them want Trump to, they're vicious about it, and they're vicious about the people involved in the flood. It's very sad. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, you know what? I see that too, the wood chipper guy, yeah. It's very, it's terrible. It's subhuman. And that's what I said in the chats. I would say, like, this one person was, I said, don't be a ghoul. because that's what you are. Are you even still human? Is this the level you've sunk to? Where you can't even look at a tragedy like this and have some empathy? Where it's got to be something. I said, this is not the time to grind your political axe. What is wrong with you? And we need to hold them to that. It's like every single time they start that stuff, we need to ask them, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you even still human? Because that is not how we behave when we are normal, empathic humans. This is not the way we are. Mm. Yes, they're like ghouls. They're just like, there are children, families, pets, homes. Oh, and some of them are saying they deserve to die because they were probably Trump voters. Mind blown. I remember when I was younger, this would never happen. We would never hear this kind of thing. When this kind of thing would happen, everybody would band together and say, okay, we got to help these people. We got to help these people. And it was all about that. And these days, these people say this kind of stuff. What? How is that, Chloe? Because of the jibbity jab? Okay, I can't click that from here. If somebody else can, let me know. I would love to have these links. But anyway, here's what I think. I think, okay, Paul said the jibbity jab, the mRNA, interfered with the hippocampus. And your hippocampus is more than just a little bone in your ear. It has to do with your sense of self. So the subhuman behavior, it's planned. Mm-hmm. That was what they were trying to do. So yeah, trying to take out that part of us that makes us actually human, that gives us the humanity, which is what we've been warned, that gives us the divinity, trying to cut the ties with divinity. You split yourself in half at the casino. Oh, you did? Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Do you mean that you bilocated? I've done that. But you got to be careful with that. That might have been you out of your body. I used to look down at the part in my hair, and I couldn't ground. You got to be careful. Yeah. Well, I knew a lot, but it was because I was knocked out of my body when I was younger. I was scared out of my body. I was circling my own body. I couldn't get quite back in. For years, I couldn't ground, and people would say, ground, and I'd be like, I'd follow the instructions and say, okay, I guess that's grounding. I can't tell the difference. Couldn't tell the difference because I really wasn't grounded. When I finally did ground, it was like my feet never touched the earth before. It was like nothing was solid before that. Nothing really felt solid. So when I finally did manage to ground, it was like, oh man, this is what it's like. Well, see, this is what I'm having right now. I'm having a heck of a time grounding. Yeah. That's good. But if you're bilocating, that's what I do. One of the things I'm proposing tonight, and one of the things that's been suggested, we are one of the very few beings. Almost everybody communicates with Mindspeak. Some people say TP, but Mindspeak is more than words. Oh, you saw the demons around your friend? Yeah, you will. In that state, you will. You sure will. Yep. Cool. Well, see, transformations are really happening. So, what I'm proposing is we practice Mindspeak. So, much like we have remote view practice, I'm proposing we start Mindspeak practice. What do you think? Oh, no, at first it isn't cool. Yeah, at first it's scary. But then when you realize that you have power over them, it'll be cooler, okay? You are the divine one, okay? You have the divinity in you. You can tell them to fuck off in plain words, in plain speech. You can tell them to go get effed, okay? Really, you can get rid of them by being very authoritative, calling your angels around you, calling your guides around you, and saying, you, out. Being very, very definite about it. But you must believe. You must believe. You must really believe in whatever you believe in. And then you can do it easily because you're the power. They aren't. They are not as powerful as you. They will try to scare you and make you believe that they are more powerful, but they are not. We are the power. There you go. We are much more powerful than we know. We've been told this. What have I been saying? We need to practice our superpowers, get them up and running, because they're not really superpowers. They're what we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have Mindspeak. We're supposed to have remote viewing. We're supposed to have bilocation. We're supposed to have all that. You know what? I think we're probably even supposed to levitate like the Sasquatch, like Robin says the Sasquatch do. We can probably do that too. We can probably do everything that these others do. We just don't know we can. So, I'm going to do some Mindspeak practices, and we'll do it pretty much like we do the remote viewing. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah, I believe you're strong enough, though. I believe you know what? I'm of the opinion that we're all far, 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 far stronger. Like I said, the person that was helping me, she doesn't know her own strength yet. She's still in the place where, everything's wrong for her, and she never gets a break, and so on and so forth. Yeah. You're going to be fine, Hook. I'm really glad to hear that, though, that you're coming online. Very glad. The more of us that come online, the more ready we'll be when stuff starts to happen. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was thinking maybe Mindspeak practice would be good along with remote view practice. Might be kind of fun like remote view practice is. And ah, me too, but uh, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Yep. Good for you, Mr. Mission, because, yeah, we're supposed to be able to do that. By the way, I have a bunch of clothes I'm going to be getting rid of. 1X, 2X, 3X. So if somebody needs clothes, let me know. I gave some of my clothes to Sue, my helper Sue, because she's a large lady. She says she's about a 2X. So I gave her some of my clothes that were a little short on me because she's shorter, much shorter. I'm coming out. Think about this. We are their worst nightmare. We are beings who know who we are, and we're not afraid. Their absolute worst nightmare. Not afraid of you. Not afraid of you. I will unmake you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Combined on this channel, here we are. Here we all are. Yeah, you try to come at us, you're effed. They're effed. They can't do anything. Nope, they can't make anything last. Might be able to do some mischief, but we'll just send them into their next existence or lack of existence. Ah, this is what we're meant to do. Might even be why we're here. I really sometimes think it is. We're here to come awake. Many, many, many of us are. And blast the shit out of these dark things. And get the place back to order, back to balance. What? You know? What? Yeah. When everybody comes online, yeah, we're going to have the dark side pissing itself. It's already doing it. Why do you think things are getting so freaking crazy? They're pulling out the stops now. They're pulling out all the stops. They're being as crazy as they can be. And you can see some people have turned into ghouls, subhumans, just like was planned by the whack, by the whacks. Mm-hmm. And yes, enjoy your salad. So we've been told it's going to be like zombies, zombie apocalypse. It's not going to be, you know, dead returning, although that may happen. I don't know. There may be some point. But it's more like they're subhumans. They're not quite human. They don't quite have the human structure, emotional structure. That's been disabled. This doesn't mean that they can't change. I think maybe they could be healed. But I don't know how. We could try. Uh, Oh, I love watermelon. Oh, I didn't have watermelon today. I should have had some watermelon. I could have had some. I'm going to have some tomorrow, I'll betcha. I love watermelon. It's one of my favorite things about summer. Uh, hey, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. So, basically, I think I I think we're getting prepared to kick some ass. I really do. And we will. And we are. We are. We are doing it. And I think we are putting the fear into them. I think we are putting the fear into some of these beings. There's more and more and more of us all the time. Mm-hmm. It's not just our group either. What they're calling it the SOC, the self-organizing collectives. And there's many of them. There's many groups all over that are doing pretty much, and they do things that need to be done in their own way, to their own understanding, and we all do this together, and it works. Which means there's more than one way to do everything, right? So, yes, it has to be organic. And then the cool thing is, oh, I love shepherd's pies, by the way. Yummy. I'm coming over, Dolly. Um, Here's the thing. We're probably impervious. Well, yeah, there's no way. There's nothing to pick up on. There's no central governing anything except the spirit within us. There's no way to keep track of us. There's no way to know exactly what we're going to be doing. They cannot pin us down because we don't have any central core. We're all just doing what we know we have to do. Spontaneously, when we feel that we have to do it, and that is probably driving them completely up the wall. So they're going to be acting out very badly. Ooh. What's what? I'm sorry, I missed something. What is it? 12:12. Ahoy, matey. Ah, the crow. Hi, crow. How you doing, Richard? What it is. I missed something. Okay, but in any event, I want to start practicing Mindspeak. That's one of the things I came up with. I think it would be more interesting than cards. Although I'm I pulled out the cards. Sue wanted me to do a reading for her, and I did a pretty good reading. So maybe I can do cards again, but I just had to get away for a while. Cool. Mental reading. Metal reading. I'm thinking watching watching you guys headbang your way through. Yeah. So, that would be something with the metal, a metal reading. There's metal music playing in the background. That'd be funny. I'd have to think of what that skit would look like, right? Memo a mosh pit. Oh dear. Hmm. Oh, that's the cat's water thing. I heard some weird noises in there. You know what? When that water thing releases water in there, it makes the weirdest noise, and Cowboy will just look at it like, he's getting used to it, but at first he was like, what the, you know. It's only 1:15 a.m. Oh, see, it's, uh, yep, 1:15, Dolly. Richard. So, cool, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to try it right now. Let's give it a shot. Okay? I'm going to think of something. Now, maybe you'll get a phrase. Maybe you'll get a picture. Maybe you'll get a feeling. What am I thinking of? I'll put it as clear in my mind as I can. Please put them in caps. I don't think I need a designation number, do I? Momoa. He's a big guy. I hope he didn't kill anybody. Okay, put your answers in caps. What am I thinking of? You may get a feeling. You may get a picture. You may get words. Please put your answers in caps so we know it's an answer. just like in John's remote view class. Because otherwise, I don't know. Yes, like I said, we're going to start practicing Mindspeak. The reason I've decided this is because I think it's going to be helpful. When things go down, we're going to need it. Okay, now I'm getting some very interesting answers. Still loading. No, the answers are not, they kind of make sense. We are connected, dear. We've been around for a long time, hanging out together. Okay, now I got to get it back. Wait a minute, let me get it back in my mind. Okay. I'm going to give you all another couple of minutes to come up with this. If you think you're if you think you've made your best guess. Okay. I'm trying to hold it in my mind. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. And it's interesting what you're getting. It's interesting what you're getting. Okay, I'm going to tell you now. Now I'm going to tell you what was in my mind, what I've been thinking about. I have been thinking about my kitty cat curled up in a little white ball, sleeping. Okay? So, that's what I've been thinking about. That's what was in my mind. Now, some of the answers were kind of interesting because they kind of fit in a weird way. Let me go back and look at some of these answers that I thought was kind of cool. Animal. I think that was probably meant to be an answer. Yes, definitely an animal. Changing energies. A star. An ice cube. He's white like an ice cube. He's also a very cool cat. Transforming energies. Could be because of the cat. Paisley. Curled up like that, he would look like one of those little paisley designs. Okay? And actually, even that's why I had to laugh at the loading that Mr. Mission Control put in, is because curled up in a circle. A watermelon, circular. Spanking Scotty, I'm not sure how that fits, but maybe it does. Drones, I'm not sure. David Bowie, that was just a guess, you know. Cowboys per pate. Well, it was to do with cowboy music. He's purring. under pressure. Cool. See? Something dotted. See, he has black spots on his side. A sweaty person. It's very hot and likes to be in front of the fan. Yeah, he's sleeping. Well, he was sleeping. Now he's awake and wants his belly rubbed. Speaking of sleeping kitties, you're not sleeping anymore. Now he wants a belly rub. He's wanting his little belly rubbed. Look at how happy he is. Look at that. He says, "Oh, Mom, that feels so good." Look at him smiling. Yes, little kitty smiling. He says, "Ah, this is the life. This is the life for a kitty. Some nice lady rubbing your belly and scratching under the chin. Life is good." He gets his perpate, he gets his crave kibble, he gets his lovin', he gets a clean cat box. He's just got everything. And he gets an honored place on the bed. What more? What more? What more could a little kitty need? Yeah, to feel loved. Yes. I'm giving him the best life I can. Yeah, Jenna came by, and of course she saw him before when I first got him. She said, "Oh my, he looks good. He looks different. He looks really healthy." He does. We're giving him as much health as we can. We're giving him the good food, the good love, the good care. And now he's an entirely different boy. He's happy. He moves a lot better. He never pukes. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, cats always puke." No, he never does. Not anymore. Well, it's only your first try. Actually, it made sense to me because I had the idea in my mind of that little curl, which is kind of like a paisley. It actually kind of fits. Where he's out getting laid. What? Ah, singing under pressure. Okay. Well, David's probably around. You around, David? Always. Okay. Well, we're connected, so we're never going to be unconnected exactly. We might be doing something entirely different, but yeah, we're never going to be unconnected. Uh-huh. And the perpete, that had to do with him. Anyway, so I'm going to give you a few minutes. Smudge or do whatever. You're going to make you happy. Going to make you a little hot sing. You want to try another one? Okay. This time I'm looking at an object and I'm thinking it to you. So please put it in all caps. You might get a phrase, you might get a picture, you might get a feeling, a symbol. Okay, and I can't say anything. Try not to look at each other's answers. You saw the eclairs box. That's what I keep my Sharpies in. You're trying to figure out what would be on my table, but this is going to be a hard one because you don't know that this is on my table. Artsy stuff. This is very specific. Perpete. Yeah, I really, I love their eclairs. Okay. Wow. Some really interesting answers here. We're all over the place. I'm trying really hard to concentrate on this thing. I think you're just trying to guess what would be on my table. That's okay. I'm going to give you like another minute or so, and then I'm going to show you. Okay, you going to bed, Mr. Michigan Troll? Okay. Okay, I'll show you. Chloe wins. It's a shell. It's brown though, like chocolate. It is about the size of a piece of chocolate. It does have something to do with crafts. It does have something to do with jewelry. I'm making jewelry out of it. But it is a mother of pearl on the inside. I was trying to think of the colors and I was trying to think of the shape. So some of you really did pretty well with that. That's pretty cool. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of y'all. And I'm really proud of you for taking a stab at it anyway. But Chloe definitely nailed it. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Shall we try one more thing? Or are you tired of this game now? I'm going to think of a phrase this time. Okay. Let's try a phrase and then we'll try a destination, okay? But now I'm going to think of a phrase. Give me a moment. It's a well-known phrase. Let's see, a well-known phrase. Okay, I've got it. And I'm thinking it at you right now. Please put your answers in all caps. I'm kind of chanting it in my head now. We'll see. I mean, this is just an experiment. You guys are making me laugh. This is great, though. This is kind of fun. And some of this kind of fits. Actually, I don't know what made me come up with this one. I'm sorry, but it is kind of funny. Okay, I'm going to give you like one more minute, and then I'm going to tell you what it is, what I'm trying to think at you. This is not an object, this is a phrase. It's not an object, it's a phrase. I love you guys. You know that? I love you. I love you guys. Actually, some of this is close, really, very close. Nobody's hit it right on. Okay, now I will tell you. It was the first thing that came to my mind. More bang for the buck. But some of you were really coming close with FAFO and stuff like that. I think FAFO was kind of close to that. But more bang for the buck is what I was thinking. Okay. Okay. Wow. So, wow. You know, but that's Rock'em Sock'em. Uh-huh. That's kind of close too. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like in there. See, that's just it. It doesn't have to be. When I mind speak, I'm getting ideas. The idea of, I'm not necessarily getting words, but I thought I'd try words just to see what happened. But you came up with some things that had a very similar meaning. In my mind, that's a hit. Hmm. It just does? What? Why? You afraid we'll find out what you really think? I think some of you did. I think you did very well. I mean, this is new, okay? This is not something we've tried before. Okay, so let me see. A destination. I have to come up with something. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. I got a destination. But remember, we're doing D. D 194. D 194. Destination D 194. Don't ask me where I got that number. Destination D 194. It is a literal place. Yes, it is. It is an actual place as far as I know. As far as we know, it's still a place. Hmm. And I've kind of added an objective to that, as John often does. Interesting, Dolly. And everybody, actually. Hmm. Wow, that's very interesting. Because I think there's more than meets the eye to this place. Hmm. Oh, very weird. Wow. Lewis. Ah! Wow. Not what I was expecting you to say, but hey, interesting. That there are two moons rotating around Earth. NASA admits it. Wow. Well, that is something, isn't it? That is a heck of a thing. Gotta plug in my phone. I don't know why I didn't just have it plugged in. Okay, so, wow. I feel so off from this one because I got nervous. Oh. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it was, but I think you're picking up something else. I think you are picking up something. Not what I was thinking, but you are picking up something. European. European. Correctly define European and use it in a sentence. Watch out, European on my foot. Oh, okay. Please, nobody be nervous. And nobody think that you weren't doing good enough. Because I'm sure you were picking up probably, I think you were picking up the interaction with David because he's around. But European. But I was thinking the destination I had for you was Epstein Island. Chloe says he's been seen there. What is really going on there? Is there something there that we don't know about? Something surrounding that we need to know? That's what I was thinking. But maybe some of this does have to do with it. We don't know what all he was involved with or who all he was involved with. Maybe he was involved with some of these. Yeah. So very interesting. You know what? You guys are really, really entertaining me, and I'm so glad because I missed you. I love you guys. I missed you. You know, it's like just seeing you once in a while and on John's show is not enough. But I didn't really feel good enough to come in. I would have loved there was a couple of times I would love to come in. But I just wasn't, I didn't feel like I was being sensible enough, and I was very, very tired. That first night, I wouldn't let myself sleep, though. David is around. Maybe, if so, I'll try and take up some of the slack. Well, he might be running out of pictures, too. That was a problem he is a while back. He might be having a harder and harder time finding pictures. But I got bunches of pictures, so if I have to do it for a while, I'll do it, okay? I'll do it. I got boatloads of pictures. Pictures of all kinds of stuff. Cool. Well, we can't always be sure what we're going to get when we go fishing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys enjoyed that, we could do more another time. We could do more. Golly. You guys always make me laugh. You know what, you guys, that really stinks. Dolly, I already said it. You don't have to guess anymore. Yeah. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys are something. Now you're just probably reading random things going through my mind. Cowboy's just kind of giving me the side eye like, what, Mom? You just kicked me. You kicking your mom. Am I jiggling the bed too much from laughing? Am I making the bed jiggle because I'm laughing? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Cake? I got your toe beans. I got your toe beans right here in my hand. What you gonna do about it? Gonna roll over and put your belly up to be scratched, not to be rubbed. He is such a chill little kitty cake. Yeah. Um, I haven't been out because I've been too busy trying to hold on to the walls to get around. I'm a little afraid to go out on my own now. I need somebody to go out with me. I'm a little worried about until this subsides going out anywhere alone for a little bit. Well, it's just that, I thought it was just a little trip across the street. isn't very far. However, yeah, it might have been I was off this property. Now, this property is under protection, but I was just across the street. But I don't know. Wanted to see the fireflies again. Yeah, and I wanted to go outside and watch the moon come up. But you know what? I actually nearly fell over trying to look at the moon. I looked up at the moon and I'm like, oh shit, and almost fell on my ass. Um, so I've got to get myself better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do some singing, and how about we send some healing intentions to everybody who had quite a time over this last week. I'm going to sing, and I'm going to ask that my voice, that the vibration carries out and brings help and healing to everybody who's been affected by something this last week or so, because something definitely is going on. So let me do that. Let me see if it's going to be song, if it's going to be as some kind of a blessing, is it going to be speaking in tongues? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I need some help. Okay, I'm seeing something. Um, it looks like a torch. Somebody has a torch. Interesting. That could mean enlightenment, could mean a lot of things. I'm going to ask, you know what? I'm going to ask for some star language for healing. For healing and protection. That's what I think we need that. Ikarakaragoriam. Irakor bariam but getting kind of more rigariam, getting it out of Corbier, Corbier, or your Corium, but getting Cororium, Gerocorium, to Corigrim. Ikara, Baro, Ge, ad Coro, Barcarinim, Rebricarum, Periclam, Kira. Iparum, Borobarias conum, Barium, Baridum, Ricaraim. Avaram get a bunny get a brace column, Mercury Abrea. Iguara, Borobari gara, what a cat my bidia. And Maria, Barbar Warria about a four Goria. Avara, I'd get a go over Ria at Yoko Opera. Ivaraman Ricorabia, my Papari get a room. Evaram, Bariam, get over Noria. In Poporaya. Ibaram, Bariam. Ibakargoro. Yararo, Bariam. Pororo. Gerardo, Becaramani. Vado, Boria. Barbaria, Goria, Bariam, Goria. Kada shkoro media. Infara kadwara para dia. Barium. 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 Thank you. Palms of my hands are hot. What? Goodbye? Yeah. Let's see what I missed. Whoops, told me I'm live again. What? You said twice clearly you got to get up. It's the star language? Okay, please explain to me what you mean. Are you talking about the light language? Did I say that? Wow. Wake up. We've all got to wake up. It's time to wake up. Ah. Hmm. Wow, I'm going to have to replay it and see what I get out of it. But I am getting, you know what I got? It is actually, I got more like rise up, but it's very, it's kind of hard for me while I'm doing it to also sometimes get what is going on, but I had this kind of pictures in my mind of rising, like rising, rising, rising. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Chloe. Yeah, and get up. I'm not. I'm not going to die soon because if I was going to die soon, I would have a prophetic dream because every time I've died or had a near death experience, I've had a prophetic dream about it. So stand up for your rights. Maybe it's that too. Don't give up the fight. Well, we are being modified. I have already been told that. So, in a way, our old bodies are going to be no more. We are being modified. We're being modified because in order to withstand what is coming. Now, I've kind of proven to myself that I bounce better than I used to. So, yes, my body has been modified. Because a few years back, I would have broken something. So, I am different. I am very different. I I bounced a little bit more than now. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you understand when I do that. You get to help me. Of course, I wouldn't put myself in front of a speeding car or something to test it or anything. Yeah, we're being upgraded. I've been getting that for a while. We've been getting upgrades. We're going to be getting upgrades. I'm going to be doing my level best to help us all get there. Get to where there's really nothing much that can harm us, not very easy to get us down, you know? Yes. So, you know, I think you really now need to accept that as a healing. I'm I'm thinking that yeah, it might also be rise frequency rise, which would also help us heal up. We all need the protection and the healing. Once you get your Merkaba field going, once we get our Merkaba fields up and running, nothing can happen to you inside a Merkaba field, it is said. So maybe we'll do some exercises towards that end as well. Wow. Amazing. So, casting out demons at the supermarket. Or, well, aren't you special, Chloe? Yes, Hook. Yes. I've been doing that. And you know what? It's really interesting because I am now aware, ever since that one lucid dream where with the towers, I am aware that there's another part of me. I can feel it right now. There's a part of me that is in a ship, flying around in a ship. Maybe that's why I always end up in a ship when Max Vision has us go certain places to look at certain things. I end up in a blue guy ship most of the time. Um, but yeah, I'm in my own ship right now. And It's like I'm on patrol or something. It's like I'm looking for anomalies. Yeah. Ew. That's terrible. Oh, by the way, the good news is we need some good news. We really do. Ah, good for you, Dolly. The good news is in the world of what's going on in the world, because we've had some sucky news. But the good news is things are working out with getting rid of the illegals. 120,000 new jobs, 130? I forget what the number is. 1,000 new jobs opened up for citizens because illegals have vacated. And now the figures have completely changed. Where most of those same jobs were being held by foreign nationals, now being held by American citizens. So our job market is now picking up. The murder rate in major cities is down. In Cleveland, it was down by 36%. In, I think it said Flint, it was down by 67%. So there are some things that are going really well. And we should acknowledge that, and we should be thankful that some of these things are working and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's just they've hit a point when things are gone a little wonky. Yeah, when you don't care what others think. Yeah, it helps a lot when you get to the point where you just don't give a fuck anymore what people think. It's sort of like, you know what, folks? I got this thing that I got to do, whether you like it or not. There you go, Dolly. Well, imposters. You know, that's interesting. Pretending to be your thoughts. Yeah. One of the reasons I think I'm being spurred to do the Mindspeak thing is so that you know when it's your thoughts versus somebody else's. You really need to practice that. When is it my thought? When is it somebody else's thoughts? There are times when you might be picking up on everybody else's thoughts. If you're sensitive, you probably do it a lot. Mm. Ooh, you know what? Bullies generally do run. They're afraid of us. I told you some of the things I pulled off. I could have gotten myself killed a lot of times, but there's something about somebody who's just kind of, oh yeah, we'll see about that. Very resolute. Hmm. So, yeah, I've managed to scare the living bejesus out of people that were meaning me harm or thinking about meaning me harm. If you're standing in your power, there are people who are going to fold right up in front of you because, predators, they go for the weak animal. If you're not weak, if you're not making noises like a prey, you're not going to be on the menu. If you're the kind of person that's going to give them trouble, they're not going to want to be around you. That's why they say if you're walking alone and you're not sure, like you're walking out to the parking lot, you hold your keys like a weapon in your hand, like you're ready to, and you walk very determinedly and look sturdy because predators are always looking for the weakling. I was looking for something easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, imposter syndrome is when you don't believe in yourself. You think when you're doing all of this wonderful stuff and you start to believe in yourself, you feel like, no, that can't really be me. You feel like you're an imposter. That's the imposter syndrome. Yeah, you know what? The news doesn't even really freak me out anymore at all. But I don't get my news from regular sources. I get them all from citizen journalists all over the place and see what they're all saying. What have they found? A lot of these people do a lot more in-depth research than than the mainstream news. The mainstream news doesn't do any research anymore. There aren't any in-depth journalists on the news anymore, mainstream. All the in-depth reporters are online now. Hmm. Although, really did touch my heart to hear about. You know what? I couldn't help but think when I saw all the flooding videos what that big mud flood was like. Remember, that was all over the world. There was nowhere to get away to. Imagine what that would be like as a worldwide event. Oh my God. It would have been a long, long time before we came back from that. Yeah. We have a chance to change, to mitigate it, to alter it. That's, I think, what we're here for. I think we're here to help birth this new place, to help birth the new reality. That seems to be what we're here for. Hello, Andrea Hector. How are you doing, Sistar? And aloha, yes. So I think we're really here to help midwife this whole thing, okay? Mhm. Yeah, and I think I was having flashbacks of that flood, the flood, the big flood. I got emotional. I'm like, oh man, this would be what it would be like. Only worse, because some of those people were fossilized on top of hills, on top of high hills. They probably got up as high as they could, and then the water just kept rising. Good for you, Hook. Oh, wow, in Chicago? Yeah, Chicago is a rough place right now. Oh my goodness. Andrea. Oh, the good news. Um, the way somebody was explaining it, it looks like eventually the price of housing is going to go down. We're going to be able to afford housing again within the next couple of years. I know that isn't going to help you now, but within the next couple of years, where the housing is coming down. And I forget what all is going on that is causing that. Oh, yes. Part of it is they're talking about getting rid of land tax. Now, if they get rid of land tax, that's what does in most people. It'd be really nice if they got rid of land tax. A lot of people lose their homes not because they didn't pay the mortgage, but because of the land tax. One of the way they Actually, it was part of what happened to us, me and my mom. My mom, I told you what was wrong with her, but she donated a whole bunch of money to televangelists. And when it came time to pay the land tax, we weren't ready. So that's part of the reason that the in-laws got it. There's no way that we could have kept hold of it after that because I didn't have enough money. So anyway, that was then. I have to keep telling myself, and this is now. Yeah, the bifurcation. Yeah, the big bifurcation, it's happening. I'm seeing it. Remember, we were told we'd see it side by side, all mixed together. So the people who are on their way up will get more blissful and more peaceful and more empowered, and the crazy ones are going to get crazier. Mm-hmm. Oh, the bifurcation. That's uh, what they're calling this split, the two Earths, two versions, version A and version B. Version A is on its way out. Version B. Version A is where all this destruction and stuff is happening. Version B is going to be spared that, and they're going to be side by side for a long time until things finally, the split finally works itself out, and then pretty soon we're not going to have an awareness of A anymore. We're going to be over in B. So yeah, it's a frequency thing, yeah. So basically, if you're one of those that's gaining your powers and getting more serene and getting your shit together, you know, but if you're one of those people that is hateful and vicious and crazy as hell, yeah, well, one day they're going to be gone to our eyes and we're going to be gone to theirs. Mm-hmm. So we're going to continue on the ascension path, and they're just going to have to come along later. Yeah, to our way of looking at it, A'll disappear. Gradually, there'll be less and less of it, but first, going to be a whole lot of shaking, and the bifurcation point, we're there. That's why the Earth is mirroring all that. It's trying to split. It's like cell division. I've tried to show this before with my art. It's like cell division, like one cell becoming two cells. And we're at the pop apart point where we're popping apart. And I told you also the NPCs are being recalled. There's also epic flooding in China. And that doesn't mean everybody that died was an NPC. That just means that a lot of NPCs are getting recalled. And this is one of the ways that they're going to get recalled, is through these events. So a lot of these people, yeah. Yeah. Well, after the split, we'll have a pretty much a choice of where we want to go after that. We'll have as we start getting our old powers back, our old abilities, we'll be able to choose where we want to go. Okay? So we won't be stuck anymore. Hmm. Yeah, I just call it that 5D frequency. It's a frequency. Everybody has a little bit different take on this stuff, which is fine. And it might happen a little differently for everybody. What? You kicking me and you want some? He's kind of kicking me gently, like, Mom, you're not petting me. Yeah, you'll end up where your frequency is. My little kitty's gonna be a fluffy cloud one day or something. It's what you're looking like. You look like a little fluffy cloud sometimes. Look at that little white belly. You're so adorable. I love you. You're so fluffy. Fluffy and silky and purry. I'm such a lucky woman. I'm a lucky woman to have such a sweet little baby like you. Such a little baby boy. Such a little baby boy. My purr cake. Aw. You want some love. He wants love. Yeah, I think it might even happen a little differently for different people, um, based on various things. I mean, it may not happen quite the same for everybody or look the same. Because I think it's kind of going to be personalized. Because it's our perspective. I mean, to some people, the same story could either be very fearful or very heartening. Some people are terrified of the solar flash. Other people are looking forward to it. Some people are, just terrified of the bifurcation. Some people are looking forward to it. It's not as if we're limited. I mean, a lot of things are going to happen due to our imagination. Remember, imagination is how we get all this stuff to work. We get all kinds of things to happen because of our imagination. So if we're using our imagination, it'll be probably many different ways of this happening. It feels like Christmas. I'm not sure, but Matrix. Well, Matrix. Well, like I said a long time ago, it's as if we're getting moved to a different server and we'll be running under a different OS operating system. So we'll be running under the White Dragon and Golden Sophia operating system, I guess, as far as I can determine, and we'll be on a different server, so to speak. The idea of a different server and a different OS. You know what? Once again, I think there is many scenarios as there are people. I keep seeing a place. Now, you know what? It's funny because my ex used to always ask me what I saw as our next place because he knew I was a seer. And I would see it. Even the time that he asked me the last time before we split up. And I did get it right. We ended up in two different places. So I keep seeing a home. It's not far from a beach. It's in the woods. Not far from a beach. It's round. It's round. It has, it's partly up on stilts. It's got these wooden decks. See, I don't quite understand exactly what's going on. It seems like the stilts are helping to hold up the decks. But it has several levels. There's a hot tub and a pool and a short walk. It's a short walk from a beach, through the woods, down a path to the beach. And the water looks blue. The sand looks light colored. I'm not sure if it's white. The place looks brown, kind of tree trunk brown and round. Like I said, kind of round and several levels. That's my home, where I'm going. Now this is the really interesting part. There was a place that I used to see that was up on the side of a mountain. I saw some pictures where David lived. I was seeing through his eyes. That was where he lived. The furniture and everything. And the view. Isn't that bizarre? Yeah, because somebody interviewed her in their home and you could see the view. And I'm like, I've seen that view a million times. In my meditation, I was seeing his place, not mine. Am I seeing his? Is there a guy coming in that this is where he lives? I'd love to know. But I feel like I'm supposed to be there. Really bizarre. I don't know what to think of it. It's a nice place. It's somewhere you'd want to live. Well, anyway, my gosh, it's been almost 3 hours. I think it's just about time for me to turn in, and Cowboy is wanting his cuddling. You want to cuddle? Little sweet boy. You saying it's time to cuddle and go to sleep? You're being so patient with Mommy. You're being so patient. But he's kind of kicking me. It's like, Mom, can we go to sleep now? Can we go to bed and go to sleep? So do you cuddle the kitty? There's the purr cake. The last few minutes is some nice relaxing footage of Mr. Purr here, Mr. Cowboy Purr Cake. He puts his little paw around my arm. He says, up here, Mom, just where it itches. I want you to pet me right there. And then you rub his belly and he looks like he's just in heaven, you know. Look at that. I love that. Okay, I'm going to get ready to go to bed. I love you guys. Truth is where you find it. I hope you're always finding some here. And you know what? Oops, I missed a lot of things. It froze up. Wow, you guys were talking. Yeah, I think it's time for me to turn in. We've been on nearly 3 hours, and I'm tired. I need my rest and get over this. Maybe wake up and actually feel more normal. hmm So, like I said, truth is where you find it. Hope you're always finding some here. Don't forget you're divine, because you are. You got the spark of divine within you, and that makes you stronger than these dark things. These dark beings can't stand up to you. So, no scared, be prepared, not scared, right? And fear is not your friend. That's what we've been told. And if you need something, get in touch with me. Get in touch with your people here. The good people. They'll back you. Okay? Love you all. We'll do some happy stuff at some point, maybe some singing and drumming and stuff during the day. Maybe I can come on and we'll do some music. I'll try to get outside if I feel a little better tomorrow. I'll get outside tomorrow, try to get us outside tomorrow. Okay. Y'all take care. Don't. Oh, I shouldn't say it that way. Stay upright. Will you? When you're walking around doing stuff, stay vertical. Try to stay vertical, okay? Okay. Okay. I do? Yeah, stay grounded. Yeah, that was another one of my jokes. I said, gee, maybe I needed to be grounded. I needed earth, right? Anyway. Okay. Love you, dear.